Yeah, boy. Yeah. All right. Yes, good. We want to welcome everybody to another Mikey Life program, people. This is what it is. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Microphone test, microphone test. Oh, yeah. This is another lovely week, man. Another week of opportunities. Another week to make things happen. I hope that you had a great weekend, you and your family. Everything nice, everything polished. Yes? Now we have things to tell you about what's making the news. What's going on in Grenada? What's going on in St. Vincent, Carriacou, Trinidad? The world. We'll tell you about it, people. We have no horse in the race. No horse in the race, so we make it our duty to tell you as it is. Here what's going on. If you have not yet done so, people, I want to encourage you to share the program. Share the business. The people on YouTube, blessings. The people on Facebook, blessings. Everybody and their brother. Big up all your whole self. We ready to tell you what's making the headlines tonight. All you please make sure all you share the business, alright? Good. Fiber optic cable reaches Carriacou. We're gonna tell you what that means. Venezuelan rescued off Chaguamas and taken to Grenada. According to reports, he may just be the only survivor. There might be about 19 more people missing from that voyage. We're going to tell you about it. 2019 hurricane season is off to an early start. There's a system that has been formed in the Atlantic. In fact, I think I see about 2 systems. We're going to talk about that. Pure Grenada Cup is now into its final stage. Barbados agrees to sell its Liat shares to Antigua. We're going to talk about that. We have an update about the situation in St. Vincent with the lady in the hospital. I'll tell you about the mother accused. The situation that happened in Wester Hall last week. The person who has been charged. In fact, yes, someone has been charged for that. He has made his first court appearance. We'll tell you about that too. You know what I mean? And are we really sure that the Warriors aren't better without Kevin Durant? We're going to talk about that. Let's hope Kevin doesn't watch Mikey Live because I problem. Anyway, people, we are real thing to tell all you about. So brace all yourself. When we come back from we cook break, we are real thing. All right? Remember, it's real news in all the Lili Lolo. Now, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Duty Free Caribbean, Colombian Emos International, and WPG10. All you, here what's going on. I come in.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? support the incremental changes, and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
This Christmas, deck your halls with gifts from Duty-Free Caribbean and Colombian Emeralds International at the Esplanade Mall on Friday, 14th December. Ticket.
And so it begins, a journey like no other. Jungles so lush, they make emeralds jealous. Water that sparkles like diamonds. Mountains with more facets than precious gems. This is where good times are had, where love is strengthened, where memories are formed. And when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will never fade. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada is the place to be June 7th to 9th for the Grenada Music Festival 2019, featuring the legendary Freddie Jackson, the talented Carrie Hilson, Eddie Bullen from Canada, Busy Signal, Maxi Priest, Kimani Marley, Patrice Roberts, Tedison John, Blacks and the All-Stars, Wasways, and more. 3 nights of amazing music and great food. GMF 2019, June 7th to 9th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights today.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Alrighty, people, so we are back with you again. Thank you for being on Mikey Live. If you're here for the first time, that's fine. You know, we still want to say thank you for being here. Now let's tell you about the first story. Now there's going to be the regular post cabinet briefing that is going to be held tomorrow, May 21st, at the Ministry of Works conference room, commencing at 10 a.m. Now the briefing will be facilitated by Honorable Clarice Modest Cohen, Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, and Minister for Youth Development, Honorable Keith Lewis. Subsequently, an update will be given with the Imani trainees who have graduated from SGU last Saturday. All right, so Olia, we may just be bringing that to you live tomorrow, God's willing. All right, so yes, look forward to that. All right, Imani and graduating SGU, you know, people, and I beat it. What? No, that's good. As usual, boy, weekend, boy, accident and thing, Jed. And the police, they are still expressing concerns about those crashes. It's like we ain't getting it, boy. You know what I mean? There were several accidents, some more serious than others. Yo, what really going on in the place, boy? You know what I mean? Now, this incident happened in Grand Anse on Sunday morning. Luckily, you know, people, nobody not dead. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, Jed. Yo. We have to be careful on the road, boy. You understand? What exactly happened that led to this crash? We're not certain. But police say they are concerned that speed may have been a factor. You know what I mean, people? Yo. But anyway, so that was the most serious accident. There were others that happened. You know, there was no life-threatening injuries from this crash, as we were told. And there was another one in the Springs area that happened on the weekend as well. Same thing too. We have not gotten any word of any life-threatening injuries as a result of this incident. And there have been quite a bit on the weekend. You understand, people? So yeah, you know, we had to be careful. You know what I mean? We had to be careful, seriously. No more than ever. Even if you think you're the best driver, yes, still it warrants being a little more cautious because we realize what's happening on the road. Earlier, fiber optic cables have reached Carriacou for the first time in its history. You understand? So here what's going on. What does this mean? Look, all the watch. Ain't making it up. High-speed internet people. That's the both installing the cables. And that them people here. What does this mean? High-speed internet for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Just like Grenada. Digicel is about to unroll this in collaboration with the CARSIP. They are the ones who laying down the cables and thing. You understand, people? Soon, all the getting internet, listen, all the watching Mikey live like if it's in 4K. You understand? When I get internet in all the little, I'll go wonder what happening with all ya. Yes, there you go. Enough of the old talk. All ya. So what else do we have to tell you about? Hear this piece now. World Meteorology Day. International Day. Now, each year, the World Meteorology Day is celebrated on May 28th. May 28th, sorry. This year, the theme is chosen to commemorate the day is... Look. All right. The theme used to commemorate the day is the International System of Units Fundamentally Better. Now, metrology, by definition, is the science of measurement. And this year's celebration focuses on the redefinition of the SI units. Now, the SI units are kilogram, which is the kg, unit of measurement of mass. Then we have meter, which is symbol is the M, unit of measurement of length. Second, symbol S, unit of measurement of time. Ampere, A, unit of measurement of electric current, and Kelvin, K, unit of measurement of thermodynamic temperature. Mole, MOL, unit of measurement of the amount of substance, and candela, CD, unit of measurement of luminous intensity. Now, on November 16, 2018, the General Conference of Weights and Measures agreed to a redefinition of the ampere, Kelvin, kilogram, and the mole. Now, the new definitions use the rules of nature to create the rules of measurement, linking measurements at the atomic and the quantum scale to those at the macroscopic levels. All right, but if you want to go back to this, you can also check it out on our website. Now, the Grenada Bureau of Standards join in the celebration and wishes everyone happy World Meteorology Day to all. So here's what's going on now. The Inland Revenue Division of the Ministry of Finance, they'll be holding a parish outreach, you know, going out through the length and breadth of Grenada and telling people about their taxes, giving them an opportunity to pay and all this stuff, right? Now, the Outreach Office initiative will commence from Thursday, 30th May 2019 in St. David, and will climax on Saturday, 29th June in St. George's. Now, the general public are encouraged to take advantage of the opportunity to make payments for all tax types, right? To also register your businesses, to file objections for property taxes, and to obtain clarity and information on any tax-related matter. So they're going to start off in St. David on Thursday, 30th May 2019, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they are going to be at the Revenue Office in St. David. And then they'll be heading to St. Andrew on Friday, 31st May. And they are going to also be there from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Grenville Car Park. Karaweku is going to be on Thursday, 18th June 2019 and Friday, 14th June 2019, 8 a.m. To 5 p.m. And they are going to be at the Revenue Office in Karaweku. And they'll be also in St. Patrick, Friday, 21st June, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Revenue Office, Satires, St. Patrick. Then St. John, 21st June 2019, and that's 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Grove Nutmeg Pool. St. George's is going to be on Friday, 28th June 2019, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they are going to be at Wall Street in Grand. And St. George's, again, Saturday, 29th June. 29th June? A fisherman body, take all the time with that, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. close to the NIS car park entrance. All right, so please be guided accordingly. Although they say that they have a managing council elected to lead the work of the Grenada Chess Federation. You know, they have actually formed a chess federation in Grenada. Yes, no, I'm going to tell you, I don't boast in. If there's anyone who wants to challenge me in a game of chess, I'm willing to trade vehicles. Loser loses their vehicle. Anytime all ready, just check me. Understand? Anyway, let me leave that talk there. So, the Managing Council has been elected to lead the work of the Grenada Chess Federation, and they call themselves the GCF, and they are going to be there for the next 2 years. All right. Now, the Management Council comprises Ruggles Ferguson as the president, Carlisle Glean Jr. vice president, Kina Maras Victor, that's the general secretary, Raheem Smith, assistant general secretary, Jarrell Amade, treasurer, Terrence Smith, assistant treasurer, Nicole Gelino, public relations officer, PRO, and Terrence Slocum, assistant PRO. Now, the election of the managing council took place at the specially convened meeting on May 16, 2019 at the Grenada Olympic House. It follows the launch of the federation on February 28, 2019. During the visit to Grenada of, they say, the Grandmaster Nigel Short, MBE, he was here, He's the most celebrated chess player in the United Kingdom. He was ranked once number 3 in the world. All right. So he was here and stuff, and they did a lot of work, and I think it is partly what really motivated them to get this organization started and so on. All right. Now, the May 16th meeting also approved and adopted a constitution. Now, what they're saying that now is that the objective of the GCF is to sort of like raise funds and so on. It's going to be a non-for-profit organization, raise funds, and so they'll be doing so, and whatever funds they get, they're going to be putting it back into promoting chess in schools and the communities and so on, and try to advance the game of chess in Grenada, and probably by extension the region, when they grow a little more legs and arms, if you know what I mean, right? Good. Earlier, Venezuelan rescued off Chaguamas, Trinidad, and brought to Grenada. I must say that I tried my best to speak to a representative from the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, but that was futile. I was told I was going to get a call back, but I didn't get no call back. But I'll call tomorrow, God's willing, and see what's going on with that. Yes, but according to reports, yes, a Venezuelan was rescued and brought here into Grenada. Yeah. Now, the news about that sparked varying comments on social media. Things that me repeating them kind of thing, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, his name is Alberto Abrero, all right, and he was rescued by a U.S. businessman. His vessel sunk They say he and 20 others were aboard that vessel en route to Trinidad and Tobago when it met into difficulties and sunk. According to sources, Abreu was taken here on Thursday last week after he was found drifting in the sea off Chaguamas, all right? That's in Trinidad. Now, the businessman who found him posted on his Facebook page that they found this guy fighting for his life in the water. He was about 30 miles offshore of Trinidad. All right. They say that he had been in the water for about 19 hours. His other, the other friends and whoever was on the vessel with him, no way to be seen. You understand? 20 others, were aboard that vessel. So far, no other survivors. According to reports, they were on their way to Trinidad to buy food. You understand? They are from Venezuela, a little island of Venezuela. They say the food is limited there and it's very expensive. So they sought to go get food. Now, folks, this is the second boat that recently got into difficulty, resulting in the death of Venezuelans. You remember that in April, 11 out of 34 people, mostly women, were rescued after the boat that they were traveling on sunk just the same. You understand? Only 11 persons were rescued. 34 of them set out for that voyage. So this is now, if no survivors are found in this this current situation, they know. I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. And this is not big news in the Caribbean, No, that's not big news in the Caribbean. Why? I don't know, but it's just not. Is it because of how frequent it is happening? I don't understand this. We're talking about possibly 19 people dead. 19 plus the others who died the last time. Just in the space of a few months. Is it that it's becoming so often now that we don't care? So I try to talk to the police in terms of what's going on. Okay, is that going to be a new role in Grenada? Because they were found outside Chaguamas, outside Trinidad, and brought to Grenada. So what are the circumstances that led to that decision? And is this a precedent? I just want to know, you know what I mean? So I could tell the people the news. Yeah, so somebody give me another name to call in the police force. So tomorrow, God's willing, and I ask when the cock crow, I'll make a phone call and see if I could speak to somebody, because we want to talk to somebody. I also had somebody from the Associated Press, contacted me on that matter just the same. I said, well, I tried to get a business. They say, well, Mikey, then people say if anybody could get information, it's you. So depending on you, and I say, well, yeah, I'll get a business for you, man. Who tell me so? Nothing so. But anyway, we'll look into that tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yes, boy. So anyway, lady that talk there. You know what I mean? We're moving on. How we looking? Right. Next story. Let's see what else we have to tell all that about, boy. Now, the next thing we have to tell all that about, boy. There seems to be an early start to the Atlantic hurricane season. Things start to form already. Listen, we don't make up news on the program, That's facts. System forming already. I don't know what the busy so. Take all the time with us, because we're not ready for all it yet. You see what's going on? We barely had a dry season. And before we could turn around, system's ready for us. You understand, people? Look on your screen. Let me bring it up a little close on the screen for you. You understand? This is the forecasted path of Andrea. Subtropical storm Andrea, which formed today. You understand, people? I ain't making it up. The center of subtropical storm Andrea was located near latitude 28.8 north, longitude 68.7 west. The storm is moving towards the north near 14 miles per hour, which is about 22 kilometers per hour. A decrease in forward speed and a turn to the northeast is expected on Tuesday, followed by an eastward motion by Tuesday night. Now, on the forecast track, the center of Andrea is expected to remain southwest or south of Bermuda during the next day or two. Now, data from an Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter plane indicates that the maximum sustained winds are near 40 miles per hour, which is about 65 kilometers per hour, with higher gusts. And they're saying that some slight strengthening is possible overnight. Weakening should begin late Tuesday, and Andrea is expected to dissipate on Wednesday. They say that winds of 40 miles per hour extends outwards up to 70 miles, northeast of the center, Oh, yo. Yeah. They say that the Air Force Hurricane Hunter measured a minimum central pressure of about 106 millibars, which is about 29.71 inches. Yeah? There's also today, listen, I'm making it up. There's also today the first tropical wave that has moved off the western African coast into the eastern Atlantic. At around 2 o'clock today, we see the wave. It was located at about 17 degrees west between 10.5 degrees and 3 degrees north. I'm making it up. Yeah? Now, tropical waves typically takes 5 to 7 days to travel across the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah? So if anything, places like Trinidad and Tobago, God forbid, will start to see, feel little effects from this system. In that amount of days. You understand? You're telling me? So earlier, yeah. Now the official start of the Atlantic hurricane season isn't until June 1st. You understand? But what we are seeing here is that the thing don't wait till it come quick. You understand? So it come in. You understand? This system on the screen is not expected to affect Grenada. We're just telling you. In fact, none of the systems that we talk about is not expected to affect Grenada in any way. But we have to tell you what's going on in the place. You understand? So yeah, it seems that there's going to be an early start to the hurricane season. And just by way of information, let's take a look at the names of storms for 2019. Andrea, Barry, Chantel, Dorian, Erin, Fernand, Gabriel, Humberto, Imelda, Jerry, Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa, Nestor, Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, Sebastian, Tanya, Van, and Wendy. No one of them name is Grenadian. Only about that 3 name. Eh? What's that Mexican name? I'll come and play all Guinness on the program. So I'll come and give some names that make sense. That we can relate to. Eh? Lorenzo. And get a Van. That name? Van. That sounds like an abbreviation for some kind of business. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, lady that, you know what I mean? Imelda, Humberto, all that song like that. Anyway. So, Olia, these are the names. So, you see, we're dealing with Andrea already. So, then Andrea is going to be spent in the next few days. Then I'm gone. And then we got to start. So, the next form system will be Barry and so on and so forth. All right? Good. Andrea is a Canadian. Yeah, I know people with Andrea name. Yeah. Big up Andrea, by the way. Olia, you know the whole situation of the homicide boy that happened in in Wester Hall. So the accused man is now behind bars, and he has made his first court appearance. He's an ageable man. You understand? Made his first court appearance today, boy. James Lewis. He's actually from Wester Hall, St. David. He made his first appearance at the Grenville Magistrates Court on a charge of non-capital murder. You understand? Non-capital murder. Serious, Now, Lewis appeared before Magistrate Nevlin John, with no representation, and he was not allowed to plea as the charge is an indictable one. Now, Lewis was charged on Saturday, 18th May, following a chopping incident in Westerhall, St. David, which left Shane Mapson dead. Now, at around 8:50 p.m. last Thursday, officers responded to a report of a chopping incident in St. David. Mapson was taken to the General Hospital as a result of the injury sustained, where he later died. Now, Lewis will return to the St. David Magistrates Court now on June 7th, 2019. That was the island's 7th homicide in 2019. You know, that a pretty 7-0. What it is? I never hear that yet. Anyway, let's hope that's 7th and the last. And we want more. You know what I mean? Alright. We're moving on. Olio, how we looking? Where's my timekeeper? How we looking for time? Olio, the football action continues. The Pure Grenada Cup is now at its final stage. You understand? There was the semi-final played last weekend. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. You understand? Maybe, I think there will be a new champion this year. This time around. You understand? Now the final will feature St. Mark Western Stars and St. Andrew Big Parish Stars. Now both teams qualified from the semi-final round. Like I said, that happened last weekend. And Olio, here are going on now. There may be some new regulations coming. We'll tell you about that just now. Okay, hold on, take all the time. Family matters. Step up your parenting game. We'll tell you about that. Police in St. Lucia, they hope to reduce fatal confrontations with mentally challenged persons. Thought that was a very interesting bit of news. So we're going to talk about that if time permits. All right. Barbados agrees to sell its Liat shares to Antigua. You have more thing to tell all about. What else we have to tell all about? An update with the situation in the hospital in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where a nurse refused to respond appropriately to a patient who was lying on the floor. Now we are hearing that that nurse would have been preparing for sick leave because she was unwell. So we're going to talk about that. We're just going to give you some more details about that. And if we have time, are we sure that the Warriors aren't better? We're talking about the Golden State Warriors aren't better. Are we sure that they aren't doing better without Kevin Durant? We'll come back in a moment. We're taking a short quick break or quick short break. Anyhow you want to put it. But it's a short thing. We're coming back.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
Experience convenient and affordable learning with online and blended higher education programs from the UWI Open Campus. Access our quality assured degrees, diplomas, and continuing and professional education programs at a pace designed to suit your lifestyle. Ask about our prior learning assessment, which credits previous learning experience and fast tracks the completion of your degree. Own your future. Apply today. For more information, visit www.open.uwi.edu. The UWI Open Campus, opening doors to life-changing learning.
This season, experience all the sports you love. Whether on a large screen or a mobile device, you've got the best seat in the house. Share the moment with you and your family from wherever you are with the latest products from Quartz. Get it now with Ready Finance. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's Sports Mania at Quartz, bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome back to Mikey Live audio, as published by my colleague Linda Straker. Hundreds of entities will have to register with the Anti-Money Laundering and Combating Terrorism Financing Commission as Grenada puts all structures in place to ensure that all who falls under the regulations of the Proceeds of Crime Amendment legislation complies for the law. Now, the law makes it mandatory for all organizations operating as non-profit or non-governmental insurance companies earning more than EC 25 million or less than 25 million EC, large credit union earning more than EC 50 million, small credit unions earning under EC 50 million, money service business, real estate businesses, also lawyer and law firms and accountants, car dealers, as well as dealers in precious stones and precious metal to be registered with the Commission. Now, according to the legislation, once an entity is registered, the Commission must publish at such intervals and in such manner as the Commission determines, and books will be open to public inspection at such times as are reasonably convenient. Now, registration will be annual and will cost each group a different amount, but it will range between EC $100 and EC $500. A registration certificate shall be issued once approved. Now, the theme, Family Matters, Step Up Your Parenting Game. That was the theme that was used to observe International Family Day 2019 here in Grenada. Now, the International Day of Families, celebrated on Wednesday, 15th May, is an occasion to reflect and celebrate the importance of families, people, society, and cultures around the world. It has been held every year since 1995. However, here in Grenada, the National Parenting Program, in collaboration with the Grenada National Council for the Disabled, celebrated the day in a big way, hosting a family fun day in St. Andrew on Sunday. Public Relations Officer for the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, Delroy Lewison, he sent in a nice little report for us on that. What's her name again? Suzette. Suzette will say that she's son. All right, so Suzette, your son is featured in the next report.
The Telescope community in St. Andrew was abuzz this past Sunday, May 19th, as the National Parenting Program of the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, in collaboration with the Grenada National Council for the Disabled, held a family fun day to recognize International Family Day 2019. Officials from the ministry, the Council of the Disabled, the Child Protection Authority and other organizations engaged in fun games and activities portraying the true spirit of family. The Ministry of Health was also on hand to provide health checks and information to those in attendance. Coordinator of the National Parenting Program, Deborah Kudjo, says family life is very important.
I just want to encourage everyone out there to make time for your family members. Today they're here, tomorrow they may not. And sometimes we take our families for granted because we see them every day, we interact with them every day. But without them, you know, our whole world, our whole life changes. So prioritize your family today, make time for them, and just spend time bonding and, you know, showing love while you have them here.
Coordinator of the Grenada National Council for the Disabled, Ms. Hilary Gabriel, stressed the importance of inclusion for persons with disabilities.
We are stepping up our game, as your theme says, because here we are as families. We're trying to empower persons with disabilities, ensuring that these persons are included in everything that is done. And this is just what social services is doing today.
Minister for Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, the Honorable Delma Thomas, also underscored the significance of strong families.
Really, our children is who we really have to look after. And once there's mothers and fathers taking up their responsibility, then we'll have our children properly cared for. And therefore, we always are advocate for strong families.
As is customary, the day ended with drumming, dancing and games by the Tivoli drummers. International Day of Families in Grenada was observed under the theme Family Matters, Step Up Your Parenting Game. Reporting, Delroy Lewison.
All right, thank you very much, Delroy. Okay, so we're running out of time, so let me just quickly tell you that Barbados Prime Minister, she's very, what should I say, tight-lipped on what deal she's going to be signing if everything goes well with Antigua. But Prime Minister Gaston Brown says that Barbados has agreed to sell almost all of its shares in the cash-strapped regional airlines Liat to Antigua and Barbuda. Brown, speaking on his private radio station, said that he had received communication from his Barbados counterpart, Mia Motley, but she's not going out in the public to say anything much. All right, he says that it indicates that Bridgetown was willing to sell all but 10% of its shares in the Antigua-based airline that serves 15 Caribbean destinations. All right. Now, Antigua and Barbuda currently holds 34% of the shares, and if it succeeds in convincing Barbados, then it will have 71% of the airline's shares. Now, I wanted to find, I can't remember what percentage of shares Grenada has, but I could always try to find that out for you guys. All right, good. Let's quickly run through this. The incident that happened in the hospital in St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to make news, as we are now learning that a friend has come to the defense of the nurse. It says that the ward manager, who did not respond appropriately to a female lying on the floor near the door of the Accident and Emergency Department of the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, is said to have been on sick leave at the time of the incident. Last week, the Ministry of Health launched an investigation after a video that appeared on social media on May 14 began making the rounds. The video shows a person on the floor just inside of the door of the accidents and emergency, while a nurse appears to not be helping that woman. A friend of the nurse said that the medical professional in the video was suffering from the flu and was on sick leave at the time of the incident. She added that the nurse just happened to be in the accident and emergency area awaiting the official paperwork for her sick leave and could not respond properly because she was unwell. All right, so you understand? Yeah, that's what's going on there. So anyway, let me that talk. Let we lead that talk. Next story quickly, we have to tell all you about boy. I monitored an article online that speaks about the Warriors and Kevin Durant's absence on the team and whether or not it's doing the Warriors any good. They seem to think so. Now everybody keeps saying that it is absurd to claim that the Warriors are better with Kevin Durant. This makes a lot of sense. Durant is one of the best players in the world, and the Warriors have won the past 2 NBA championships with him while losing the NBA Finals the year prior to his arrival. Durant was the MVP of the Finals in each of the past 2 years. Over the past 2 seasons, Durant has been the best player of the Warriors. But then how do we explain why the Warriors were 7-4 with Durant this postseason and are 4-0 without him, including Saturday's game 3 in Portland to go up 3-0 on the Blazers? Are we absolutely sure the Warriors aren't better without Kevin Durant? And that's just a summarized version of, the article. Yeah, that's gonna spark a lot of fire on social media. We've got a hot list for you tonight. The following persons, you're asked to please call the number 420-8226. That number again, 420-8226. And if you know of them, viewers, please ask them to call the number 420-8226. Garvey McPhee, Loreto, Guava Estate, St. John, Kelson and Kellen Ogis, Lamode, St. Patrick, Casey Strand, Westerhall, St. David, Brian Frank, Vendom, St. George, also Glenn Canhai, Post Royal, St. Andrew, Errol McEwen, Career, St. Andrew, Randolph, Pope, River Sally, St. Patrick, Alicia Joseph, that is from River Road, St. George, Kareem, St. Louis, Lavery, St. George, Sherryland Johnson, Mardi Gras, St. George, Joshua Wilson, Moncraven, St. Patrick, Suzanne Samuel Andrew, Caruth, St. Andrew, Donsha Lewis, Paraclete, St. George. Paraclete, St. George? Okay. Maybe St. Andrew, right? The John Philip, Grand Roy, St. John, Linus Charles, Latan, St. David, Omega Antoine, Marley, St. David, or Mondeli, St. George, Shakira, Maxwin, and that's Frequente, St. George, Renisha, Regis, Lamode, Molinaire, St. George, that's Lamode or Molinaire, okay? Urban, George Sharp, Tivayet, St. David, Sheldon James, Lamode, St. George, Tillet, Maxwin, Woodland, St. George, and Damia, Gilliam, and that's from Snow Corner, St. George. So again, if you know of these persons or if you're viewing the program, please call 420-8226. Do call me. All right, folks, we're taking a quick break again, and when we come back, we've got the national report for you. All right, guys. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of Social Security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all Social Security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Thank you very much. And folks, what we have for you right now is the National Report. Stay tuned for that, all right?
Caribbean and U.S. governments commit to enhanced initiatives to reduce illicit trafficking and prevent youth crime and violence. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Monday, May 20th, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Caribbean governments and the United States have jointly committed to enhancing Caribbean Basin Security Initiative objectives to reduce illicit trafficking, as well as to increase safety and security and prevent youth crime and violence. The commitment was made during their meeting in Washington on the 10th anniversary of the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative. To reduce illicit trafficking, the government agreed to a 10-point plan, which includes convening a technical working group meeting to combat transnational organized crime and terrorism, to confront money laundering and financial crimes. A 10-point plan was also agreed upon to increase safety and security. It includes improving police-juvenile interactions. Addressing the meeting in Washington, Grenada's Minister with responsibility for disaster management and information, Senator the Honorable Dr. Winston Garwe, said foremost among the challenges faced is the threat of firearms, which is responsible for more than 75% of the region's murder rate. He pointed out that functional cooperation with the U.S. is key if this problem is to be solved. Speaking on behalf of the chair of the Council for National Security and Law Enforcement, Senator Garwe pointed to the importance of technology to tackle crime and enhance security, and made a reference to the Advanced Passenger Information System, the Advanced Cargo Information System, and the CARICOM Watch List System to increase risk assessment capabilities. He's heartened by what he referred to as a genuine desire to cooperate and collaborate in a variety of areas to safeguard citizens, build capacity, and to create opportunities for prosperity and the development of the region's economies. Senator Garwe closed his address by saying they must ensure that there are mechanisms in place to benefit from the expertise within the regulatory authorities and access to resources from various funding agencies, since the region needs support to adequately address challenges that it faces. Sugarcane cultivation company CaneCo says the recent dry spell was not as hard-hitting as anticipated. Director Bertrand John says while sugarcane fields may appear underdeveloped, they will be ready for harvest in a matter of months. Cane is the company responsible for cultivating sugarcane for Renegade Rum Distillery. In January, it was announced that Grenada will experience a harsh dry spell, which will affect plants and water supply. But John says the company has been using water tankers to irrigate the crops.
We had a long dry season, and it has adverse effect in terms of, the growth of the cane. However, we have some tankers, water tankers that we brought in that we are using as irrigation in the meantime. But cane is a grass, and it only appears that it look like it, struggling for some water now. Sooner or later, when the rain starts falling, it would all change up.
So you expect things to turn around?
It will turn around.
The company has already cultivated over 200 acres of cane with a target of 600 acres. John says they are leasing lands for cultivation.
A project like these normally start and fall apart, and people, have certain level of uncertainty when it comes to, putting the eggs in the basket. However, with the commencement of the factory and we ourselves doing large quantity of cane, a lot of people are now coming, forward and saying, hang on, we have some lands and we don't know if you would, like it, or, if you'd want it to lease, and, in a lot of cases, people are offering us lands to buy. We're not buying land, we're just leasing the lands. And people who have lands and want to, let us cultivate the lands for you, we pay $1,000 per acre per annum. And initially we want the land just for 5 years. After 5 years, we should recover the costs that we pay to, cultivate those lands. And then you can have back your lands well cultivated.
Cane already has fields of cane in Westerhall, Lackalome, Bacolet, River and Twine, Plains, Dunfermline, and Hope. This is the National Report. We'll have more news after the break.
The world's debt is 184 trillion US dollars. That's about 86,000 US dollars per person. Join Linda Tessar, the Central Bank of Barbados 2019 Distinguished Visiting Fellow for the 6th edition of the Caribbean Economic Forum, as she helps us understand just how in a world of rising debt, we in the Caribbean can stay afloat. Follow this important live broadcast of the 6th Caribbean Economic Forum on social media and on radio and television in Barbados and across the region. Thursday, May 23rd at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. in Jamaica. Visit www.centralbank.org.db for more information.
Welcome back. Preparations intensify to stage the first leg of the Parish Youth Parliament at the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School on May 30th. The activity, organized by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and the Arts, serves as the build-up of the National Youth Parliament, which seeks to engage young people in healthy debate on issues of national importance. The participants have been training to ensure that they are ready for the day. Denroy Lewis is the training facilitator.
At first, it was quite difficult. I think the trainees, some of them were very new to debating and public speaking, but based on the strategies and the curriculum that we have used so far, the trainees have improved as it goes along. One of the weaknesses that we have is the inconsistency with the students coming along, with the trainees coming along. But over the past few weeks, we have seen a great improvement, and I think at St. Andrews we are ready for Youth Parliament. Get some students to practice a lot of topics that are actually close to them. When I say close to them, I think that would affect them very closely, and in the sense that something that they are aware of. And they have been practicing for quite a few weeks now, and I think they are ready. They are ready for the big day, and I think they cannot wait. They are anticipating that big day.
Participant Selena Douglas spoke of her preparations ahead of the Parish Youth Parliament and her desire to participate in other positive youth activities.
Training has been great. I'm already experienced with the public speaking, and so it was quite good. I brought my ideas and thoughts to the team, and we were able to bring it together and make use of it.
We invite you to the first leg of our Parish Youth Parliament,
which would be held at the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School
on May 30th at 4 p.m.
It's going to be an exciting and interesting afternoon. Come out and support.
Finally, the Grenada Tourism Authority is adding to the list of attractions that it offers to visitors. During a press conference held recently, Ms. Francine Stewart, marketing manager, spoke about their Next Stop Grenada campaign, which runs until October 31st.
So So this year we decided that in addition to the specials, that includes discounts of the regular hotel rack rates, room upgrades, and complimentary massages that the hotels offered last year, we decided that we needed a special feature that visitors can also keep as a keepsake. So we decided to come up, our marketing team came up with this card. It's the Next Stop Grenada Summer Specials card. It will allow visitors to take advantage of additional discounts on tours, attractions, restaurants, and more.
That story just ended the national report for today, Monday, May 20th. Let's recap.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, all right, Rakisha, and the rest of the team who is responsible for the national report. We have run out of time. I apologize for that abrupt ending. And so let's just quickly take a look at the weather. All right, before we leave. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds are northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters, and tides are going to be low at 11 p.m. tonight. Let's say hello to all those of you who are currently tuned in. The regular viewers, thank you so much for viewing Mikey Live. Of course, we're looking forward to having a very interesting program for you tomorrow, God's willing. All the regular viewers, the loyal viewers who are currently on the program, you know who you are. I would like to say thank you very much for viewing. I love and appreciate you all the time. Let's hope to see you guys tomorrow with us on another Mikey Live program. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We say, Ja! No. Good night, everyone. God bless you.